Hey, my name is Ben. Welcome to the Swanky Productions channel, where I put one new off-road adventure video out every week. So if that sounds like something to be interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And this brightly colored piece of machinery here is my 2011 Suzuki King Quad 500. About a year ago, I think it was, I stuck these H4 Auxito LED light bulbs in them, and I really like these because they've got the fan built into them on the bulb side rather than the plug side. So that means, especially on a four-wheeler like this, where the back side of the bulb would stick out basically where all that mud is going to get thrown, you don't have to worry about that caking up the fan. It's all hidden nicely inside of your light housing here. You wouldn't even be able to really get your dust caps back on, so that would really just make a horrible mess in there. So I think something like this is definitely the way to go. I would still say these are my favorite lights to put in a four-wheeler. However, they actually came out with an updated version. These put out 10,000 lumens each, so 20,000 lumens total, where these guys only put out a total of 12,000 lumens, 6,000 lumens each. So as happy as I was with those, I have to imagine that these are going to be super bright. I've already got that one inside of the right side of the four-wheeler here, so that's all plugged in, ready to go. I've got the halogen on this side so we can see how different that's going to be. Turn these off. Turn these on. And all you can really see is the LED. These are some poor excuses for some halogens in there. I don't know how hot these things run, but obviously they really stink compared to the LED. Switch this over to the high beam. Again, same thing. The old halogen incandescent is just a poor excuse for a light, where the LED is ridiculously bright. These have got to be brighter than the other set that I had in here. I guess there's only one way to figure that out, though. These are actually super easy to change out. We just got to pull this dust boot off of there, and we've got this other boot to pull off. I wouldn't recommend just yanking the plug off the back, because you've got this retainer clip here that you could bend up a bit. So put a little bit of pressure on the light and pull this off, and this just goes in and up, flips out of the way. And we'll stick the set that I had in here last time. And plug that in. Let's flip this back to low beam here and see what we get. Beautiful cutoff. Not all that much different. I think the beam pattern on the right is just slightly more intense than the one on the left. Maybe a little bit more spread out too. So not a huge difference, but definitely noticeable. We'll flip this over to high beam. Kind of the same story here, it looks like. The one on the right is definitely a lot smoother. We've got some kind of hot spots on the left with the old one. So that'll be nice to have that smoothed out. Obviously, we are pretty close to the garage wall here, so anything that we're looking at here is going to be kind of magnified once we're out on the road. And that'll be nice to have a bit smoother of a pattern. I think I can definitely tell that the one on the right is a bit brighter, not necessarily because the actual beam that we're looking at is brighter, but just because it's a little bit more spread out. Obviously, if it's more spread out, you're going to need more power behind it to kind of equal the other one in brightness. But the real test is going to be to see how these look out on the road and out on some trail. So I'll gear up, we'll get this thing out of the garage, and we'll check them out. So I did do a little bit of adjusting on these. I'm not sure if they're quite in the perfect spot yet or not. I can't quite decide. But we've definitely got a lot of light out there. I mean, obviously these are a huge upgrade from the halogens. So I would say definitely check out at least the slightly dimmer bulbs. As far as switching from those to from the 12,000 lumen to the 20,000 lumen, I want to say, I mean, I can tell the difference. I mean, obviously you could tell the difference in the garage there, but I think these are a very, very nice set of lights. I think either one you're probably going to be happy with, but obviously if you want the best and brightest, I would say these are probably the way to go. So on the trail, I would say these are definitely a huge improvement over the halogens. As far as whether
you know, they're massively noticeably different compared to the last set that I had in there, the 12,000 lumen set. I mean, I think it's noticeable, but it's not, I guess, to the point where I would say, you know, run out and buy these if you've already got the 12,000 lumen set. I mean, that extra 6,000 lumens is definitely nice to have. So if you don't have either, and you can fork out the money for the 20,000 lumen ones, I would say definitely go for it. I cannot say that I would have, you know, went for this set if Auxito wouldn't have sent this set out to me, which is why you maybe saw the paid promotion label up in the top left at the beginning of the video. I'm not getting paid to tell you that these are great, but they did send them out to me, so I guess I sort of get compensation in that sense, and I would say it was definitely worth my while. These are a really nice set of lights. I would say either one you're probably going to be pretty happy with, but if you want the best and brightest, I would say that these are the ones to go for. So I can put links for both of these down in the description if you want to pick those up. Take a look down there. Other than that, guys, take care, stay safe, stay swanky, get out, enjoy this beautiful world if you can, and if you can't, here's some more videos to check out in the meantime.